This is a presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Any other use of this telecast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the Oklahoma Sports Network's consent is prohibited. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be used without express written consent.
Hello and welcome, everybody. High school baseball is live on the Oklahoma Sports Network. It's the 4A state quarterfinals this afternoon in Norman, Oklahoma at Norman North High School. The Bethany Broncos, the Elk City Elks getting ready to go toe-to-toe in the second of 4 quarterfinals here today in Norman North. Josh Calloway on hand alongside by Tom Carpenter, ready for the first of what's 4 games on OSN today. We have 2 4A quarters and 2 5A quarters. One of those 5A quarters is about to get away as well up in Tulsa with the great Jordan Ray on the call with that one. I believe Kirk Norman has joined him for that as well. They've got a double dip. We've got a double dip here in Norman. Tom, beautiful time of year. State tournament baseball. It's one of our favorite weeks, and we're pumped up for a couple of games here in Norman, starting first with the Broncos and the Elks. But these games are awesome. This is what it's all about right here, state tournament baseball.
Absolutely. These guys are pumped up. They know, school's going out. There's a lot of things going on with school.
Yeah, it's like summer.
But this is their deal. This is their whole banana right here.
No doubt. We're fired up to be here. Obviously, a little different vantage point. We are right behind the backstop. Right where our camera angle is, right where we are, basically. So we're in it here.
We've got the best seats in the house.
I'm going to get a jump scare on a foul ball at least once today. That is practically a guarantee. But we are very excited to be here. It's going to be Elk City as the road team batting first. Their lineup, Jackson MacArthur going to lead it off number 4. Cole Bowie, number 1, bats second. Wyatt McConnell bats third. Colin Church will bat cleanup. Bryce Mouse, the starting pitcher, will be in the 5 spot. Catch Gino, great name, bats 6th. Crew Keys bats 7th. Carson Copeland bats 8th. Wyatt Talafiero rounds it out, batting 9th. On the mound for Bethany is Charlie Tolley, number 3. And he delivers the first pitch, which is fouled off the right side. And we're underway at Norman North. Josh Calloway and Tom Carpenter with you on a pretty darn warm Thursday afternoon. Not horrible, not as bad as it could be, but it's warm out here. Don't get me wrong.
Well, we just got in the shade, and that's the best
Yeah,
part.
that is a huge help. Second pitch fouled off the left side, and it's 0-2 to start here against Jackson MacArthur. Mitch will have 2 at Norman North today. Eric Sharon will hop in later this evening. 6:30 approximate first pitch. Newcastle and Sallisaw. So we have a couple of 4A schools in OSN family that have made it this far. We're hoping they can keep it going.
Now you've made me nervous. I'm doing that game, too.
Oh, yeah. You're going to be – you got a day ahead of you here. But it'll be a great combo later, you and Eric. I think Billy Collier might be roaming around for that game a little bit later, too. 1-2. Inside. Almost got him. Boy, I'll tell you what. We're never this close. Obviously, usually we do games from the – we can really see the strike zone. And if pitches catch even a piece of these guys, we're going to know.
I have umpired with that plate umpire several times.
2-2. Cut on and miss. He struck him out, and a great start on the mound for Charlie Tolley as he strikes out Jackson MacArthur swinging. Nice pitch there. And just like that, one gone brings up Cole Bowie, lefty number 1. Elk City coming into play. Obviously, everyone who gets this far is really good, having a great season. 26-4 record on the year, coached by Jay McClure. First pitch in there for a strike to Bowie. Kind of, some semi-unique. These two teams are in the same district in 4A4, so they know each other pretty well. This is nothing new for these two. That one in the dirt makes it 1-1. They've actually already played twice this year, Tom, and they split. March 25th, Elk City won 3-2. April 18th, Bethany won 1-0 in extras. So that was a pitcher's duel that day. Just a shade under a month ago.
2 pretty good ball teams.
Chopper here toward the right side. Fielded at second. Flip over to first. I think he would have beat it anyway, but the throw is offline. As Reither tried to flip it across. Like I said, I think he was going to beat it anyway. Bowie with some good speed there, and that high chop let him get in. So it's an infield single for Bowie, and our base runner of the day in front of Wyatt McConnell, number 2. So leadoff base runner. I'll check the runner back at first base. One outside, 1-0 on Wyatt McConnell. And on first base here in the top half of the first, Bethany and Elk City, 4A state quarterfinal. Boy, Bowie took off. They're going to throw back to second. He got him! Boy, he totally caught him napping. I thought he was going to breeze in without a throw, but smartly, totally stepped off and got him at second.
That's a great play.
I have to think he got alerted maybe by behind the dish.
Yeah, somebody better been talking.
Yeah, because he was halfway down. I thought he was going to stroll in without any sort of contesting. Cut on this 1-1 now on McConnell. So wipe off the first inning base runner. I've always kind of thought, Tom, like you want to be the home team. It's better to bat second, except for right here. The chance to get on the board in the top of the first kind of put some pressure on your opponent. But Bethany right now is flirting with a quick inning as the count goes to 1-2 on Wyatt McConnell.
I'm a firm believer they always want to be the home team and get that last at bat.
It's better to be the home team, no doubt.
And then if your head's going into the bottom of the 7th, you don't have to play it. You're done. You win.
1-2. Cut on and missed. What a start for Tolley. He goes 1-2-3 with a couple of strikes. Give up that infield single, but definitely no hard contact allowed. And it's a great start for Charlie Tolley and the Bethany Broncos as they get a 0 on the board to start the day. As we head to the bottom of the first, we'll keep it here so I can tell you about the Bethany starting 9. Started off by Judson Gilliland, number 21. He'll lead it off. Of course, Judson, if you're with us for our OSN Football Awards banquet, a really darn good football player. He'll be back next year on the gridiron as well. He's a darn good baseball player, batting leadoff for the Broncos. Charlie Tolley, the opposing pitcher, will bat second. Carter Thomas, number 20, bats third. Joseph Berry will bat cleanup for the Broncos. Cooper Willis bats fifth. Brody McLaren bats sixth. Andrew Tabor in the 7-hole. Leighton Reither bats eighth. And Brock Cross will round it out in the 9-hole. On the mound for Elk City is Bryce Mouse, number 24. Typically, you throw your ace in these first state tournament games. A lot to live up to for Bryce after Cash Mayfield, of course, the big lefty from Elk City who went first round in the MLB draft last year, was obviously a phenomenal arm. We didn't have him last year, but you might remember, Tom, you and I, we did that Newcastle Blanchard game over at Noble. We were waiting for the Elk City game to end, so we got a good look at him.
Got to watch him.
Yeah, and he was a special talent. These Elk City Elks can produce some pitchers. And Bryce Mouse will try and, you don't want to try and live up to anything, but, have to be the guy after the guy a little bit, starting on this state quarterfinal Thursday. And he'll start off against Judson Gilliland, who, like we said, a really darn good football player. Plays both ways for the Broncos on the gridiron. Bethany had a good football season and obviously having a great baseball season as well to get this far. We know the winner here will see Blanchard. They took care of business this morning, knocking off North Rock Creek. I believe it was 8-2 the final on that one.
Yes, it was. And saw a kid go, he went yard twice. I believe it was Jackson. I was sitting next to his grandparents waiting for, first game to end, and they were really excited. And he popped up the time I was sitting there. He goes, man, he's hit 2 home runs. He hit 2 runs, popped it up, and got out. His grandparents were going, well, I was just a jinx. I'm sorry.
Yeah, bad luck.
I'm sure I'll see him later.
Yeah, very good chance. Obviously, if Bethany wins, we'll be back here tomorrow for that matchup.
And if Newcastle wins, I'll be back.
keep it rolling. First pitch from Mouse to Gilliland is inside for a ball.
That's a pretty pitch, though.
Yeah, that had some nice movement. It's really nice like I said, it's a little different for us sitting this low and so close to the field. You can really appreciate the shape of the pitches when you're down here this close as we are. That one on the inside edge, 1-1.
I love it when they're getting on the umpire and it's not me.
1-1 pitch. Chopped foul off the third base side. A lot of foul ground here at Norman North.
Yeah, pass ball.
Not as much down the line, but, behind the backstop and before you get to the dugouts, there's a lot.
Pass ball is going to be a hustle for the catcher. He's going to be sliding to catch it.
1-2 pitch. Breaking ball ripped towards shortstop. Fielded on the backhand, but mishandled. And that's going to be a base knock for Gilliland. We'll see if they go hit or error there.
I'm going to call it an E.
Potentially an E6 on the shortstop catch, Gino. And we'll wait for the official score to call it one way or another. But either way, a man on to lead off the bottom of the first for the Broncos. So here comes the pitcher, Charlie Tolley. Of course, Charlie's older brother. They did give him a hit for that, by the way. You were a little too harsh. Base hit for Gilliland.
Nice pitch.
First pitch in there for a strike. Tolley at the plate and obviously on the mound. His older brother, Peyton, a stellar player with Wichita State and then was at TCU, big lefty. And one bounces outside. Good job blocking it behind the dish by MacArthur. Evens it up 1-1. Always in these big games. It's true of every sport, but it feels like even more so in baseball. An early lead is just huge. For some, the amount of pressure puts the other team immediately. Even in the first inning, you start to kind of count your outs and be like, we're sweating it a little.
I umpired some of the regionals, and there were some really teams that were lower rated, let's put it that way. And they came out to play ball. There was a lot of comebacks by the favored team that I had, mostly in 4A, some in 2A.
2-1 pitch misses high, 3-1. Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. 4 state quarterfinal games on OSN today. 2 in 5A, 2 in 4. We have 2 going at the same time right now with Elgin and Bishop Kelly going at it up in Sapulpa.
Foul ball.
Count goes 3-2. Coming up at 4, Carl Albert takes on Pryor. Titans, a fixture in the state tournament, back in again. Hoping to go for a three-peat this year. And then the nightcap tonight, Eric will slide in. Eric Sharon will slide in next to Tom here in Norman North for Newcastle and Salisaw at 6:30 tonight. So we got a lot of baseball for you on a Thursday. Breaking ball dropped in, got him looking. That was a beauty.
That's a good pitch.
Just froze him. And so just like that, one gone. Brings up Carter Thomas, number 20, the Bethany shortstop. Left-hander stepping in, trying to get Gilliland off of first base. I'll check the runner over there. Was just thinking, would there be any chance Gilliland would try to run or not? Elk City on the same wavelength there as they check him back. First pitch, chop foul off the first base side. Count goes 0-1. Oh, 1 pitch, breaking ball up and away. Evens it up 1-1. Appreciate everyone tuned in. We're live on YouTube. I think we're on Facebook. Might double check that before I say it, but I think so. Either way, we're on the network, oksportsnet.com. Lots of places you can find us. Thomas will step out, calls time. Bethany in the home white pinstripes with the kind of classic Brooklyn Dodgers looking B on the chest. Very sharp looking uniform. Elk City in the road grays. Brown hat. Brown Elk City on the front. Ground ball off the first base side.
Pinstripes are always good.
It always works. I also kind of appreciate, it feels like more and more in modern baseball we're kind of getting away from white gray, like home white road grays. I kind of like the classic look of this game. Not that I don't like a good, color jersey.
Yep.
But there's something just that classic look of the home whites, the road grays.
Now they got the materials that if it's black, it's not that hot. Those umpiring shirts, those are cool. Trust me.
I would hope so because it's pretty toasty in the sun today.
And thankfully, the shade.
The shade moved in. When we sat where we're sitting, as the runner is going to go, Gilliland going to second. He's in. Stolen base for Gilliland. When we first got to our spots here behind the dish, it was directly in the sun, and it was warm. I was thinking the equipment is going to struggle with this, but thankfully the shade has moved in. Much more pleasant now.
The old guy sitting next to you was going to struggle, too. Somebody said it could be an hour and a half.
I was wearing a quarter zip. I ditched that right away. 2-2. Ground ball foul again off the first base side. So a good battle here. Carter Thomas hanging in, fighting off some tough pitches. Broncos and Elks. Two teams from 4A4. Mentioned the top half. Split the two regular season meetings. Both were one-run games and low-scoring games. 6 total runs scored from these two teams in 2 games they played this year. 6 total, including a 1-0 extra innings win for Bethany just under a month ago on April 18th.
Yeah, I was reading the review of it, and both of them, I mean, they were playing neck and neck the whole game.
Yeah. It's fun. Low-scoring pitchers duels games can be really fun. Slugfests are fun, too, but every run feels huge. Those are fun. Full count. Ripped to right field. He got underneath it. The right fielder lost the ball. It's going to get over him and land just shy of the wall. It's going to score a run easily. Meanwhile, Thomas is going to go all the way around to third. It's a 1-out RBI triple for Carter Thomas. Just lost it in the sun.
Gotta love that.
And the Broncos are on the board. RBI triple for Thomas. I like to say when it's kind of something like this high sky, that's kind of how that felt right there. Just never saw it.
Well, the white clouds are up there, but I don't think it was right above him.
It's clear. I mean, yeah, like you said, there's some scattered clouds, but it's mostly blue skies.
But the bright sun was probably what his enemy was.
You lose it off the bat, you're in trouble. So it goes in as a triple. Pitch on the edge here for a strike to Joseph Berry. Can't ask for a better start than that if you're Bethany. An early lead after Charlie Tolley puts up a 0 with a couple of Ks in the top half. Great start for the Broncos. 0-1.
Nice pitch.
Dropped in for a strike again. 0-2. Yeah, those are both. There's nothing Joseph Berry could do with either of those on the outside edge. Good takes on both counts, but nevertheless behind 0-2. Man at third base, 1 out. Bryce Mouse trying to strand him. That one misses just a tad high. Infield is mostly in, by the way, here. Up the middle, they're kind of halfway across the dirt.
Yeah, with 1 out, they should be all coming in to get that play at home.
1-2, nice breaking ball, dropped in, got him looking. That was dirty.
That could have been a knuckleball. That was a nasty pitch.
That was nasty. That was a tough AB for Barry there. I mean, you never want to strike out with a man on 3rd and 1 out, but he got 3 on the black breaking balls for the 3 strikes against him. So 2 gone. Man at third base for Cooper Willis. Trying to pick up that run. Be big if Mouse could strand it. In the dirt, 1-0. Broncos and Elks on a Thursday afternoon at Norman North. Huge baseball day in Norman because you got Red River baseball.
Yes, we do.
At Eldo Mitchell Park tonight, which is where I'll be this evening. That's a lot of high stakes, high level baseball in one town. State quarterfinals here in Norman North. The semifinals will be here again tomorrow too. The championship game on Saturday at Bricktown Ballpark in Oklahoma City. In there for a strike, 1-1. (5A, 6A) will be up in Tulsa at One Oak Field, home of the Drillers, on Saturday.
That's a nice field.
It is.
Been up there before.
Oklahoma, both Bricktown Ballpark and One Oak are really good minor league parks. Line drive to short, mishandle, fire to first. He beat it. Cooper Willis busting it down the line. It was, again, not handled cleanly there at short by Gino. So a bit of a tough inning for Gino. Didn't get an error earlier. I don't think he'll get it. Oh, he does get an error this time. See, I would have went the other way. I thought that one would have been a hit.
E. That's what I wrote down.
I thought the one before was a little more of an error, but I'm not an official score by any means. Nevertheless, Bethany doesn't care. It's a run. That's what they care about.
RBIs, run. Your runs batted in percentage and your on-base percentage is beats a batting average any day.
So it makes it 2-0 Broncos.
Pitch was high for 2-0. Or 1-0.
First pitch ball, like you said, to Brody McLaren, number 17, into the box. That one down and in makes it 2-0. So a great start for the Broncos. I mean, you can't really ask for much more. And even though, obviously, he doesn't get a hit for that, Cooper Willis, it's an error, right? Hit the ball hard, put it in play, good things happen, right? 2-0, that one bounces, 3-0.
Stop.
So already Bethany has outdone in this game what they did against Elk City last time, a 1-0 win. And they've matched what they did the first time, a 3-2 loss. I mentioned these two teams have played two very low-scoring, grinded-out battles this season. Not that 2 runs is a huge number, but a heck of a start for the Broncos getting a 2 spot right on the board in the very first inning.
Doesn't hurt.
Does not hurt.
Beats an Easter egg hunt when they get all zeros up there.
.3-0 count. I'd imagine McLaren's take him all the way here, and he is. Right down the middle, 3-1. Make him throw you one. After McLaren, Andrew Tabor waiting on deck if McLaren can extend this first inning. 3-1 pitch, takes the first strike again, almost unleashed on it, but held up. Willis at first base will get a jump start, 3-2 out, can take off on the pitch.
Probably try to pick him off just to keep him honest over there. Let's see if they do it.
With the runner going, you figure ball in the gap very likely get you a run, just kind of depending. He does go, and the ball bounces in. A nice take there by McLaren, and he's on base with a walk. First walk of the day issued by Mouse, and the inning continues with now runners at first and second base with 2 gone. And here comes Andrew Tabor. Something jumping out at me right away. First time through the lineup, Tom. This Bethany lineup throws a lot of lefties at you.
Yes.
Which is a huge luxury. To most pitchers, right-handed, just in the world, but especially at the high school level.
Yeah, Tabor's the one that's got him a ride to Seminole State. The senior this year.
And he's batting 7th on this Bethany lineup.
He still had a good year, so.
Shows you the depth of it. Broncos 28-5 on the year. Been a tremendous season, coached by Robert Lee. These two teams have been right at the top of 4A, and obviously we're finished first and second in 4A4. Fouled off straight back. He just missed that. It's a good swing.
I'm still waiting for one to come right at us.
It's going to happen.
Be like a rattlesnake on the glass.
It's going to happen. Probably won't happen with a lefty, I wouldn't imagine, with where we're kind of spotted, but a right-hander, it could easily happen. A pop-up and over the fence, though. I'm not ready for that. 1-1, breaking ball misses outside, 2-1.
I'll protect you.
Please do. So a taxing first inning for Bryce Mouse here. He's having to really work hard. 2 runs on the board already. In the dirt, 3-1. Mentioned it's hot out there, and I'm sure the blood and adrenaline is pumping for Mouse, but you got to wonder, is he getting a little tired? I mean, he's losing the zone a little bit. Another hitter's count for Tabor. after he walked McLaren. Leighton Reither, the next man, should we get there. 3-1. On the edge. Boy, Tabor flipped the bat. All right, Tom, you're an umpire.
He was going to walk.
What's the feel when you get that, when the batter throws the bat?
I thought I don't want to. That's a friend of mine, so I won't question his call.
You thought it was outside?
But I didn't say that on record. But he thought he walked, and he was throwing it over there to walk.
So the count's full again with 2 outs. So again, the runners will get a head start. Could really do some damage with a ball in a gap here. Foul straight back. Oh boy, that came right at us.
Almost got
right at us. Yeah, the camera's obviously behind the net, but if it gets it just right, it could do some damage. Our friends with the Elk City broadcast saying they got us to help us.
We'll probably adjust that between innings here.
So the shade might have got moved a little bit.
Nice
Check
move.
the runner back.
I still say it's one of the best moves in baseball. You let them know you're paying attention to them, and you don't throw the ball away. The odds of getting them out are pretty small.
Sure. Runners will go. Got him swinging. Tabor swings over it. Nice breaking pitch. All 3 outs in the inning were strikeouts, but Bethany does some damage. They get 2 runs on the board, and after 1, have got themselves a lead over Elk City 2-0. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back in Norman North, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the 2nd inning. Good start for the Broncos. They lead over Elk City 2-0 with a pair of runs in the bottom of the first after Charlie Tolley worked a... Do you call it 1-2-3 if you have a base hit mixed in there, picked him off? I don't know. We'll call it 1-2-3 for the sake of conversation in order. In the top of the first, we head to the top of the second now. Colin Church will get it started for Elk City.
He's the 4th batter, so we have to say it was 1-2-3.
Right. Did have a base hit in there. An infield single from Cole Bowie. He then got picked off trying to take second base. Nevertheless. So strike 1 in there to Colin Church. It's a good start for Tolley, trying to keep it going. This one will just miss low. It's always that classic, you got the momentum, you just got 2 runs, now go shut down inning. Get your bats back up there, keep the pressure on Elk City if you're the Broncos. 1-1. That ball is hit really well to left field. The bat broke.
A metal bat broke.
It's going to fall in left field and be caught. That's a broken bat flyout. Boy, that is.
You don't see that.
No, I don't think I've ever.
I had one earlier in the year.
That's unbelievable. Sure enough, right at the handle, just like you would a wood bat.
As much as they pay for those things these times, man.
I mean, it's an aluminum bat, so I'm guessing that Colin Church probably used that bat every AB all season, and now all of a sudden he's got to flip it up. So a broken bat fly out to left. I thought it was hit pretty good off the bat, but with a broken bat, you're never going to be able to drive it as well as you would like. Brings up Bryce Mouse, the opposing pitcher, takes a cut and a miss on strike one. Like maybe a slider from Tolley there. Had some good horizontal movement.
He's throwing a couple of them.
Oh, boy. That movement is great. Great take by Mouse there. 1-1. Fouled off the right side. Count goes 1-2. Well, ended up being, a lazy flyout. Certainly the hardest contact so far for Elk City, that flyout by Church. 1-2 pitch on the way here from Tolley. He'll step off. Quickly back on the hill. I appreciate Tolley working quick. He's ready. Get the ball, go. So is a broadcaster's friend. 1-2. Just misses outside with the heater.
It's also an umpire's friend.
I bet, especially when it's pretty toasty like this. Like, let's keep it rolling.
Keeps the game going.
Tolley will try again. 2-2. Misses outside. Couple of fastballs on that outer edge, just missing both times.
Full count.
3-2, one out. Bryce Mouse at the dish against Charlie Tolley. Fouled off the third base side. Good battle here. I just feel like the opposing pitcher's up like Mouse is right now, that he's almost putting himself, what would I throw? I'm a pitcher. What would I be looking to do? Fun battle. Gets a piece of this out towards second, but it'll fall harmlessly into the glove. Nice play over there at second base, getting over and pulling that one in by, I believe that was Leighton Reither at second base. And there's two gone. So far so good in the second for Tolley, looking for that shutdown inning. He's getting it to this point. Here comes Catch Gino. Fouls the first pitch back. Hard to find a better baseball name than Catch. I mean, you're born to be a ball player. I don't know if that's his given name. I'm going to assume it is for the sake of this conversation.
I had one this year named Maverick. That was his first name.
That's not bad. Have I guess it's a cousin-in-law, my wife's cousin, named Maverick, actually, believe it or not. 1-1.
Is he
He's a youngster.
Top Gun product?
He, I guess maybe, I don't know. That's a good point. 1-2, and Tolley is a strike away from getting out of this. You're not a fan of the Card movie, Mel Gibson Card movie, you know what I'm talking about, called Maverick?
Yeah.
Not a great movie. Line drive out to center field. It'll stay up and get down. That's a base knock for Catch Gino. So good for Gino. A little bit of a tough inning defensively. Had the error. Comes back and rips a single. Didn't bring his leather to him to the plate. And it's a 2-out single to put a man on for the 7-hole hitter, Crew Keys. Great crowd here at Norman North. First strike, pitch in there for a strike. Every year we do these state tournaments, we've been at different places. You and I were in Noble last year. I'm doing games at Jinx in 5A. Last year was at Edmond Santa Fe. Now here, obviously, we're at Norman North. Doesn't really matter. It's always huge crowds at these state tournament games. It's really impressive. It's the middle of the day on a Thursday. You wonder, would it be packed? And it always is great crowds. Great environments at these games.
Yeah, it's Oklahoma parents travel well with their ball players.
Count is now 0-2. Totally a strike away from getting out of this. I don't know, miss low one away. 1-2.
The catcher is kind of an umpire's nightmare because watch how he moves and gets down low.
Cut on and miss. One right over the top of it. He'll have to clean up and throw it to first, which he does.
For another K.
So nice job by Tolley. To your point, third strikeout. And another scoreless inning. At the end of an inning and a half, Bethany leading Elk City 2-0. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back in Norman North, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter with you on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the second. Early 2-0 lead for the Broncos. 8-9-1 due up here in the frame. Starting with Leighton Reither. Takes a first pitch strike. Against Bryce Mouse, looking to bounce back from a first inning. Gave a couple of runs, couple of hits. An error mixed in there as well. Didn't help things. Ball's lined over the second baseman. That's a clean base knock for Reither into right field. And it's a leadoff knock for Leighton Reither.
He smacked that ball, didn't he?
Yeah, clean knock there. And it puts a man on for the 9-hole hitter, Brock Cross. That was just a clean laced single into right field. So Brock up before the lineup flips over. A chance here for Bethany to add on. You always like when the bottom of the order can get on base where you flip it over. That's always the thing that I noticed. That's the common thread as first pitch outside. Might have been a pitch out there. The common thread toward the teams that go really far, they always have a bottom of the lineup that, can swing it. It's not like it's top-heavy lineup. It's probably an obvious statement, but guys who can get on before you flip it over for your top-end guys, that's always a characteristic of a championship-level team.
Yep, and you hear teams still say, it's their 7, 8, 9 batter coming up.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they wouldn't have got this far if they couldn't hit the ball.
Yeah, no, right, exactly. On a team this good, Bethany's got 5 losses, Elk City's got 4. These teams, all 9 guys can hit. 2-0, cut on and miss. That was a nice pitch down and in. Looked like maybe Cross hunting a heater there on 2-0. Man on first. Didn't get it. Over the top of it.
Good-looking senior. Looks like a ball player.
2-1 pitch. Shows bunt. He'll drop it down to third. Field on a hop. He'll check second, but throw down to first instead. Nice play by Church there. Took his time. Checked the runner just in case, and I don't got time. Throws over to third, so it's a sack bunt for Cross. And there's one gone for the top of the order with Judson Gilliland coming up. Gilliland singled his first time.
Just a junior. Pretty good ball player. Good catcher.
Ball's ripped to left field. Clean base hit through the shortstop third base hole. They're going to hold the runner at third. It's the second hit for Gilliland. Would have been close coming around. They decide to hold up Reither, but it's another hit for Gilliland. He's now 2 for 2. And Bethany's got something cooking here in the second. So here comes Charlie Tolley, opposing pitcher. Struck out looking his first time. He could really help himself out here. He's already got 2-run lead to work with. And he can go get some more for himself. That's 4 Bethany hits already 4 hits, 4 outs.
Coach is going to go out and calm him down just a
go
bit.
talk to Mouse on the hill. Bethany will do the same, have an offensive meeting. Well, big early spot in this game, Tom. Obviously, Bethany puts up 2 runs in the first. You like the way Charlie Tolley is throwing early. If you're Elk City, you're feeling like we got to limit the damage. I mean, Tolley is throwing really well. It's only 2-0 lead right now, but you let this get out to 3, 4, 5, whatever. That's a big mountain to climb.
And 2 of those, one was an error, a clean error, and one of them was arguably an error.
Right.
But that always counts against the pitcher.
So 1 out, men on the corners coming up here for Tolley. After Tolley's Carter Thomas, who that was another one, not an error. It was a clean triple, but the ball lost in the sun. So
Yep.
Mouse is getting hit a little, but, it's been some tough luck in there too, certainly.
I believe he knocked that almost to the fence anyway, if I remember right.
It was pretty far back there. So runners on the corners, 1 out. For Charlie Tolley, opposing pitcher, like we said, struck out looking his first time. Breaking ball down and in, 1-0. Middle of the infield back. They'll play for the double play ball. If they can get it, try to get out of this inning. 1-0 pitch. That one spun in there for a strike, 1-1.
Tolley and Tabor are both have signed with Seminole State, so they have a future ahead of them.
Program is a fan of Bethany, it would seem. One out, runs on the corners. Another breaking ball dropped in. That's nasty.
Yeah, that was one he should have swung at. Swung and missed at least.
Yeah, it was a little up,
but if he got it,
still a good pitch.
It was a slow breaking ball, and he nailed that one.
1-2. Got him swinging. Got him to fish in the dirt. Great jump by Gilliland. Runner at first is out. He's out, but the runner can advance. Yeah, you can't. It's no drop, third strike, but the runner is allowed to advance. So you saw Gilliland move up to second smartly, but it's a strikeout for Tolley. And so it'll be 2 gone for Carter Thomas.
A couple of players are asking, can he do that?
Yeah.
We got time again. He's going to come out and ask about that, but unless he actually interferes when he runs down to first, unless he interferes, and I don't think he did.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, it was a great jump by Gilliland. He took off immediately. And the ball rolled halfway down the first baseline. They're going to talk about it. You're the umpire. I guess you would know. What's kind of the conversation here? Is it, like you said, if the batter interfered?
This is pretty easy because the umpire already knows what he's going to do. But he will come down here and do that just to keep a coach happy. Come down and every now and then one of your partners will say, well, I kind of thought he got in the way or he did this.
I saw him bump him or something.
Kick the ball or something. But
as it stands, it's runners on second and third with 2 outs.
Oh, wait.
Talk to the umpire.
I
talk to the coach here for Elk City, Jay McClure.
They go out and talk to the umpire that made the call, and he'll explain it. Doesn't have to necessarily be the plate umpire.
Right.
Because the runner down at second was at risk when he took off.
So everything will stand. Second and third, 2 outs for Carter Thomas. Thomas, first time up, drove a ball deep to right field that got just completely lost in the sun. Now, it was well hit, don't get me wrong, like Tom pointed out earlier. Got out near the wall as it goes in as an RBI triple that scored Gilliland. Got them on the board, and then obviously Thomas later scored on that E6. Count 1-0. Big early spot in this game. You're talking about a base hit, probably makes it 4-0 as opposed to 2-0. That feels worlds different. So, big early spot. And they're going to have a conversation on the mound. They know it. Carter Thomas is antsy. Look at him. He's saying, I want a pitch to hit. But with the base open, probably be careful. Not that it gets any easier. Joseph Berry, the cleanup man, up next. Appreciate everyone being tuned in. I know there was some people wondering where's the Elgin Bishop Kelly game. I think that was just a late start. I think they're underway now. I think the first game went a bit long out there in Sapulpa. That's always the best when you have 4 straight games in a row and the first game goes a little long, throws the whole day. Thankfully, our first game here was right on time. We pretty much started right on schedule,
right at time,
which is nice.
First pitch was 1:30.
Certainly was not the case for us last year when we did that Newcastle Blanchard quarterfinal. That was a late start. Hopefully not the case tonight for the Racers, who again got the late start against Sallisaw. That game will be right here on OSN this evening. Pitch outside, 2-0. So a hitter's count for Carter Thomas. Bethany already leading by a deuce, trying to add to it. This 4A state quarterfinal number 2. Winner sees Blanchard tomorrow morning, right back here at Norman North. That one in there, 2-1. The third quarterfinal, if you're curious, which we won't have, is Chickasha and Tuttle going at it. So the Tri-City is well presented. Blanchard, Tuttle, Newcastle, all here. 2-1. Just a touch high. Makes it 3-1.
Pretty good frame by the catcher trying to get that call.
Yeah. It was right around the belt. It was close.
Catchers are figuring out if they don't move it a lot, they might get that call. But when they jerk it over 6 inches, you're not going to get the call.
3-1. Low and away, he walked him. So they were careful with Thomas there, I think intentionally. So Thomas has been on base both times. And you've now got the bases loaded for the cleanup man, Joseph Berry. Quite a spot here. Berry struck out looking his first time. That was probably the best sequence of pitches that Bryce Mouse has had today. Gave him 2 on the outside black and then 1 perfect pitch on the inside edge. We'll see what Berry can do second time, getting a look at him. First pitch on the bottom part of the zone in there. Huge spot early in this ball game. Bethany could put up a big number, get a big lead. Or Elk City could keep it within reason at just 2-0. Another great breaking ball inside. But Joseph Berry brings out the best in Bryce Mouse. Some of his nastiest breaking balls have been snapped off against the Bronco cleanup hitter. And he's behind 0-2. Can Mouse get one more to limit the damage? Bounced it and it gets away. We talked about the far backstop. That's going to burn Elk City. Run will score from third. Broncos lead by 3. As Reither scores, everyone else moves up. Tough break there. We talked about it earlier. The backstop is pretty far back there. Wild pitches were going to be advantageous to base runners, and you saw it there as Reither scored easily. So Bethany's getting at least 1 here, and Barry will try and make it some more. 1-2 pitch outside. Deuce is wild. 2-2, 2 out. Bottom second, 2 men on. Broncos trying to put up a crooked number and get a nice lead here against the Elks. Already more runs scored today for the Broncos than either of their first 2 meetings with the Elks. Oh, that was an awkward swing. A great pitch on the inside edge. And he got him to go around, but not before the Broncos do add their lead. They get 1 across. Could have been more, but they'll take it. At the end of 2, Bethany leading Elk City 3-0. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business. And always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Back in Norman North High School, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the third inning. Bethany leading Elk City 3-0 in this 4A state quarterfinal matchup. Winner to see the Blanchard Lions tomorrow morning. It'll be an 11 a.m. Central Time first pitch back here at Norman North. Semifinals early tomorrow, 11 and 1:30, the two first pitch times for two ball games tomorrow. We could have them both for you. That's up to the Broncos and the Racers. Bethany certainly off to a good start, leading 3-0 as we head to the third, so a long way to go. Carson Copeland will lead things off for the Elks. 8-9-1 due up against Charlie Tolley, who's off to a nice start. Tolley with 3 strikeouts. Only a couple hits allowed, one of those being an infield single. Tom, so far so good for Charlie Tolley. Obviously, he'll have to keep it going here in the third, but he's mixed up his pitches. He hasn't given up much hard contact at all. I think you got to like what you're seeing so far for the Broncos from Tolley.
Oh, absolutely. He's a stud. And let's hope he stays hot.
You get the ball on the first game of the state tournament for a reason. I mean, this is when you see the best arms. And so far, Tolley certainly living up to that billing today. Very early still, so a long way to go. But a good start.
Looking good so far.
I just realized that they have on the board, they only have 1 hit for Elk City on the board. I had them getting 2. We went awry somewhere. But nevertheless, first pitch in the first strike to Copeland.
I never really pay attention to those for the simple fact is they don't always get them right.
Right. I have Bowie with the infield single, then catch Gino Linus. Definitely 2 hits, so I'm correct. I feel confident in that. And here's hit number 3. Right out to center field, a nice one dropped in by Carson Copeland. A leadoff knock for the Elks.
Dropped it right behind second base.
That was expert hitting right there, right up the middle. Perfectly done. So a base knock for Copeland. Puts a man on for Wyatt Talaferro, number 11, steps in. Lineup will flip over after him. But just like we were talking about last inning for Bethany, the bottom of the order got the party started. Elk City looking for more of the same. Good start with their 8-hole, picking up a base knock. And Carson Copeland brings up Talaferro. Check the runner at first. They'll dive back in. First pitch, drop down a bunt, just like
Nice
Bethany
bunt.
did. Totally
Nice
falls
bunt.
off the mound. It's a bunt single. Perfect bunt. Dropped on the right side into no man's land. Nothing Bethany could really do about it. And Talia Farrow, you like that, as you got 2 men on now for the top of the order. So here come the Elks. Jackson MacArthur now up. He struck out swinging his first time. And if you're EC right now, you're thinking, here's our chance to get right back in it. 8-9 hitters both get on. Top of the order coming up. Second look at Tolley for these guys now. First pitch in to Jackson MacArthur. He shows bunt. Drops it to the third base side. Another perfect bunt. Fire down to first. He's safe. Back-to-back bunt singles, and the bases are juiced.
Yeah, coach.
Small ball.
Coach needs to go out there for timeout.
It's a great effort at third base by Cooper Willis. Did everything he pretty much could, but just too speedy getting down the line was MacArthur. And how do you like that? A base hit to center and then back-to-back bunt singles. And the bases are loaded for the Elks with nobody out here in the third for Cole Bowie. It can happen quickly. So a meeting on the mound here as Coach Robert Lee out to talk to his pitcher and his team. Bowie first time got that infield single. He eventually got picked off, but he was the first base runner and base hit for the Elks. And he's coming up with a chance to really do some damage here. The bases loaded and nobody out here in the third.
I'm betting he does not bunt.
That would be a heat check on your team's ability to bunt if you went for a third straight with the bases loaded. Some great small ball, though, by the Elks.
Perfect bunts.
You love to see it, yeah. You can tell it's a team that works on it.
And this year I've seen some of the worst bunting I've ever seen. I've seen so many popped up in the air.
We see it all the way up into the majors. Guys can't bunt. It's kind of a lost art a little bit. But the Elks are doing it well here today. And now they got the bases loaded for Bowie. A huge spot in the third inning of this game. 3-0 lead for the Broncos, but Elks can do some serious work cutting into it right here. First pitch strike laid in, a fastball. 0-1. From Tolley. Another heater in. 0-2. Coming right after him. And you wonder if that was the conversation with Coach Lee and his pitcher Tolley. Hey, pump some heaters.
I'm just saying he
make him hit you.
Throw your pitch and get it done.
Now he's hit 0-2. He can go a lot of different places here, but you got to be careful of obviously a ball getting away. Breaking ball misses low. Bethany wanted it.
Even the catcher admitted it was low.
It was close, but yeah, I think it was low.
And the catcher can suck up to an umpire by doing that, too.
Great 0-2 pitch, though. I mean, that's exactly what you want. Just a little out, try to get him to fish. Good job laying off.
Deucing the dirt's always good, but then again, you take a chance of that pass ball.
Yeah, it's scary with the bases loaded. Got him swinging down and in. That was disgusting. In on the feet of Bowie, and a huge strikeout for Tolley. So one gone. Now brings up Wyatt McConnell. McConnell struck out swinging his first time. And all of a sudden, a ground ball right at an infielder.
Good double play.
Might get double play and get out of this without anything on the board. Easier said than done, but there's a path now. If you're Tolley, start thinking, get a ball on the ground and let your defense work for you. So a huge strikeout of Bowie. Infield is back. They are playing for the double play. First pitch inside, 1-0.
But it was close.
It was close. Kind of that backup slider. One-0 pitch on the way. Outside, 2-0. So a hitter's count now for Wyatt McConnell, the Elks' 3-hole hitter, with the bases loaded and one out. Got to be thinking he's got bad intentions on the mind right now. Get a pitch out over the plate, probably a fastball, and take a rip. 2-0 coming to McConnell. Got his heater, and he kind of got in on his hands a bit and fouled it off. That's what he was looking for, though. He timed it okay. It was just kind of a little too inside to really do anything with. Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter with you in the Oklahoma Sports Network. Top of the third, 4A state quarterfinal number 2.
And this is getting tense.
It is. 2-1 on the way. Fastball, chop foul to third base side. I've said it before, but it's one of the great things about baseball is that this could be the game. I mean, we don't know. We'll see how it shakes out, but you could have the most high-leverage moment be early in the game. You don't really know with the way it kind of goes. That's what makes it fun. The second, third inning, that could be where the game is decided. Now, so we'll find out as it goes along, but
not always does the two best teams end up in the finals either.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, there could be a state championship on the line right now. Who knows, right?
The way these
great about
the way these two play. Got
him swinging again. He dots that slider on the outside edge. Filthy pitch by Tolley. McConnell couldn't catch up to it. Strikes him out for the second time, and just like that, Tolley is 1 out away from getting out of this completely unscathed. And suddenly a lot of pressure on Colin Church. Church, remember, had the inexplicable broken bat fly out to left his first time. So he's got a different stick up there.
Broken metal bat.
Whose bat did he have to borrow here? After he had a broken bat in his first time up. Cut on a miss. Boy, that low and away I'm calling it a slider. It could be maybe a cut. It looks like a slider to me. Is that?
I'm calling it. Yeah, you can't really tell. I have to see what his hands look like, and my eyes aren't that good.
It's moving horizontally a lot. He
Yeah.
is dotting it on that corner. Charlie Tolley pitching with men on. Foul straight back. I kind of lost track of that one, to be honest. If that one came toward us, that would have been a problem for me because I lost it.
I just want to make sure it didn't hit you in the head.
So the count is now 0-2. Tolley a strike away from working out of a bases-loaded, nobody-out jam here in the third.
Another pop-up would be nice.
0-2 pitch. Ground ball towards short. Field on a hop. He'll do the smart play. Flip it to third. Tolley out of a jam in the third. How about that? Elks load him up with nobody out. And Tolley goes strikeout, fielder's choice, ground out to strand the bases loaded. At the end of 2.5, Bethany leading Elk City 3-0. You're watching the 4-8 state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
Back in Norman North, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We roll into the bottom of the third with Bethany leading Elk City 3-0. A significant moment, certainly, in the top of the third as Elk City loaded the bases with nobody out against Charlie Tolley. Against the top of the order, mind you, as well.
Yes.
And he goes strikeout, fielder's choice. It was actually 2-3-4. Strikeout, fielder's choice to get out of the jam. That is big-time stuff. Season, on the line, state tournament, bases loaded, and you bring your best. That's some A1 stuff done by Charlie Tolley there to maintain the shutout and a 3-0 lead. So back up. Here come the Broncos offense. 5, 6, 7 due up.
Cooper Willis.
Starting with Cooper Willis, who reached on an E6 his first time. Bryce Mouse did some good job pitching with the bases loaded as well. If it wasn't for a wild pitch, he would have stranded the bases loaded. Limited the damage in the second inning. Allen on the edge, 1-1. After Willis, Brody McLaren, Andrew Tabor, 5, 6, 7 due up here for the Broncos in the bottom of the third. Appreciate everyone being with us on a Thursday afternoon matinee baseball. State quarterfinal. In 4A, cut and a miss, 1-2.
I think everybody, all their classmates are getting out of class today.
There's a lot of high school kids here. And when we were waiting to get
School's
over here,
out.
I heard someone say, hey, how great is it we're not at school right now? Something to that effect. And I'm with you. Great time of year. Graduations, end of school year. Ball in the dirt, swung and a miss, throw down to first in time. So that'll be a strikeout on Willis. Some quick math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strikeouts for Bryce Mouse. Only got 7 outs. 6 of them by the way of the K. The only non-strikeout, if you're curious, was when Brock Cross dropped a bunt. That's it. Every other out has been by way of strikeout.
That was a pretty pitch right there.
On the corner to Brody McLaren. McLaren drew a walk his first time. It's the only walk issued so far from Mouse. 0-1, got him. Chasing. Looked like that one was low and away.
Just outside, yeah.
Yep, but got him to go after it. That might have been a fastball with some movement, like a cut fastball maybe, or a two-seam. It was kind of running away. Breaking ball chopped toward the first base side, fielded on a hop. He'll take it to the bag himself.
Good play.
2 gone. Carson Copeland over there at first, making the play. So quickly 2 outs for Mouse, who's looking for his first 1-2-3 inning. Brings up Andrew Tabor. Tabor struck out looking his first time. Oh-2 is down. That one on the edge, 1-1. Nice pitch. You can hear the pop of the mitt here on that one for us behind the dish.
It's a nice, crisp catch.
Great facilities out here at Norman North, by the way. First time I've ever been out here. First time for you, or you've been out here before? You done a game out here?
I've umpired several out here.
Have you? Nice facilities, nice turf field.
They have nice facilities for the umpire. They got a whole room over there.
Oh, yeah.
Got TV and
wow.
couches.
How about that? Yeah, that's
on.
great.
Always bring us cold water and drinks if we want them.
2-1, 2 out, nobody on. That one misses outside 3-1. Seems like these state tournament sites, obviously if you're going to host one, you're going to have a pretty good ball field. Obviously they can house a lot of fans and big parking lot, things like that. But a lot of them are turf fields as well. Easy to maintain in between the games, quick turnarounds. Swing and a miss. Count runs full. So Mouse a strike away from his first 1-2-3 inning. Trying to keep this deficit at 3 runs, give his team a shot. Just trying to chip away and get back in it. 3-2 from Mouse. Breaking ball, got him swinging. Ball in the dirt again. That's a throw down. He does.
Almost.
Yeah, that was a little adventurous, but nevertheless, it's a 1-2-3 inning for Mouse. Easily his best frame. And the end of 3, it's Bethany 3, Elk City 0. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Have you ever seen an insurance commercial and ask yourself, are they really telling me the truth? Well, guess what? They're not.
Somebody runs a red light, and you think all of a sudden their insurance company's going to be all neighborly about it? Insurance companies aren't in the business of saving you money. They're in the business of keeping your money.
So remember, save our number in your phone so when tragedy strikes,
Call Rob and Will.
Back at Norman North, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the top of the 4th. Bethany leading Elk City 3-0. This 4A state quarterfinal matchup. But a fun one so far. High-level ball game, as you'd expect. These two teams that have a combined just 9 losses on the year. Elk City 26-4, Bethany 28-5. And tremendous seasons for both, and they're not ready for it to be over. Winner will see Blanchard tomorrow in the semis, 11 a.m. first pitch back here in Norman. As we head to the 4th here, Elk City trying to get on the board. It'll be 5-6-7 due up for them, starting with the opposing pitcher, Bryce Mouse. Mouse with a line out to second base his first time. Elks got to get back off the mat here after loading the bases in the 3rd with nobody out and getting nothing.
A lost opportunity.
Yeah,
for sure.
That's one of those tough moments, but got to get right back out there and try to go back to work against Tolley. First pitch, ground ball right to 3rd. Nice field on a tough hop. Throw across, got him. Well done there across the way by Cooper Willis. That ball was scalded to 3rd. What a nice play. And Bryce Mouse hit the ball pretty well a couple of times with nothing to show for it. So quickly one gone, brings up catch Gino. Gino with a clean single into right center his first time up. We got a little bit of cloud cover here in Norman, and right as I say that, the sun starts to peek back out. Not too cloudy. There's some scatter clouds, but it's a beautiful day for baseball. This ball's hit really well out to left field. Looks like it's going to hang up, though, and be played. That's 2 pitches, 2 outs. Can't beat that efficiency. As pulling it out there in left field was Brody McLaren, and there's 2 gone.
I still have my record that I keep. It's 8 straight pitches, 8 straight
in play.
Outs.
Wow! Oh, all outs even. My
8
goodness.
outs. So it went.
That's
over.
the fastest. Yeah, what was that? Inning and a half.
Yeah, my son's working with me, and he didn't stay with Umpin, but he was working with me. He couldn't believe it.
Well, first pitch swinging again, but knocked him in out this time as Crew Keys grounds a base hit through the right side. So Keys has got his first knock. And they're coming up aggressive on Tolle here in this 4th inning. And there's now a man on base for Carson Copeland. Copeland got the party started last inning. Obviously, eventually loading the bases with a base knock.
And like we talked about, the bottom of the lineups. Can get a hit.
Both the bottom of the lineups have been pretty darn solid for both teams so far. Especially for Elk City, though. 7-8-9 right now so far, 3 for 4. Not bad. First pitch swinging again. This foul ball off the third base side. Oh, 0-1. That's where if you're Elk City, you have to fight the urge and resist the urge to start to look at, there's no clock, but the number of outs, right? You start counting outs. Bethany 2. As you start to move kind of in the second half of the game. Chopper to third base, fielded by Willis. He'll fire across. Kind of a close play, but he does get him. And on just 4 pitches, totally works a scoreless inning. You're not going to complain about that efficiency. At the end of 3.5, Bethany leading Elk City 3-0. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
I had a lot of people complaining about his coaching.
Back here in Norman, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the bottom of the 4th. Bethany leading Elk City 3-0. Charlie Tolle working on a gem right now with 4 shutout innings. Retired 3 in a row with the bases loaded, and then 4 pitches to go through, or 5 pitches, it was, to get through that second inning. So some nice efficiency. Broncos looking out of their lead as we head to the bottom of the 4th.
Ooh,
first
nice
pitch
pitch.
Dropped in there for a strike to Leighton Reither. 8-9-1 do it for the Broncos. Reither singled his first time.
I had coaches tell me, take the first pitch. No, that's usually the best one.
Elk City certainly was into that mindset in the top of the 4th as every batter that went up, all 4, first pitch swinging against Tolle. 1-1. Ball's floated out into shallow right. Should be playable at second, and it is. Nice catch there. Backing up on it by Crew Keys. And there's one guy.
Yeah, it amazes me. That was the second metal bat this year I've seen break. And those things are costing up to $600 these days.
Yeah, that was shocking. If you weren't with us earlier, Colin Church, the Elk City third baseman, in the first inning, flew out to left. Broken bat.
Superman.
Ground ball towards second, keeping Keys active. He'll make the play on a easy hop. Throw to first, retires Cross. So just like we had in the top of the fourth, zipping right through. Quickly 2 gone here for Mouse. As the lineup will tip back over to the top of the key, the flip to the top of the lineup with Judson Gilliland. Gilliland having a great day, 2 for 2 with 2 singles so far. He had to be ready. I think he was a little slow getting at it. Those first 2 at-bats went so quick. I don't know if he was totally ready just yet.
He probably still had his gear on.
Yeah, gets out into the box. Takes a ball low. Mentioned right at the top of the broadcast, Gilliland, a really good football player, was a nominee. I'm blanking. I would need to look it up. I'm pretty sure it was Defensive Player of the Year that he was nominated for at the OSN Football Awards banquet. Strike dropped in there. He's a two-way player, though, for Bethany. Really good player. And like Tom noted, just a junior, so he'll be back next year. Doing it all again for the Broncos on the football field and presumably here on the diamond as well. 2 sport athletes. 1-1. That ball is smacked into left field, but it will hang up and be playable. Pulled in, so a very, very quick 1-2-3 inning for Bryce Mouse. That ball was hit well, but basically right at him in left field.
We're done with 4.
And we've quickly moved through 4. Bethany leading Elk City 3-0 in the 4A state quarterfinals right here on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Back in Norman, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter on the Oklahoma Sports Network. Moving right along, we're into the 5th. It's a 3-0 lead for Bethany in this 4A quarterfinal. Charlie Tolley still on the mound, pitching a gem so far, 4 shutout innings. 9 outs left to work with for Elk City as we move into the 5th inning. Right now, so far, if you tuned in a little late, the key moment of this game, without question. Top of the 3rd, Elk City loaded the bases with nobody out. Got nothing to show for with their 2-3-4 hitters up. Strikeout, fielder's choice, ground out. Yeah. And to go away with nothing. That's looming law. The deeper and deeper we go, the more and more that looms.
You don't take advantage of those, it's going to be summer break pretty quick.
Yeah, especially against, a guy like Tolley. An ace. It's painful against anyone, but especially, the opportunities are, you got to take advantage of them when they're there. Elk City did not. They very well could get another one before this game's over, but if they don't, that'll be what sticks with them, certainly moving into the summer break, like you kind of said. So for the Elks, it'll be 9-1-2 due up, starting with Wyatt Taliaferro. He had that beautiful bunt single his first time. Him and MacArthur both went back-to-back bunt singles to load the bases in the 3rd. And now he'll come up to lead off in the 5th against Tolley. First pitch cut on and missed. How many in a row is that first pitch swinging? That's at least 5 straight now. They're trying to be aggressive against Tolley with mixed results.
Yeah, sometimes they want the pitcher to get worn out. Don't swing till you get your first strike called.
Yeah.
That was a good pitch.
Boy, that one just danced. That was maybe the most wicked of the day. That thing moved like it had the speed of, a slider, but it almost moved like a knuckleball the way it just shot down. 0-2. Ground ball to short. Fielded cleanly. Throw across. Got him. Nice clean play out there, shortstop by the Broncos' Carter Thomas. One gone.
That's how you practice it.
Yeah, routine. So one gone, and we're back to the top with MacArthur. MacArthur struck out his first time and then had that aforementioned bunt single the next time to load the bases. It was perfectly down the third base line. It was fielded pretty well by Willis, but just nothing he could do. Look at this one. Shoots all the way up over us. Wow.
That would have probably hit me.
That was a ball in the dirt that kicked up so high, went up and over the netting, all the way up over our heads. I was watching it. I was ready for that one.
You're going to take care of it.
I can handle that one.
All
Pop
right.
up, I don't know, but that one I was ready. This ball's popped into right field.
It's almost foul.
It looks like it's going to get into foul territory. Diving catch and foul ground.
Da-da-dun, da-da-dun.
What a play and
Great
right
catch.
by the Broncos, Andrew Tabor. That thing just kept tailing away. We mentioned there's a pretty good amount of foul ground here in Norman. That's obviously outside of our camera shot. But a heck of a diving catch and foul ground by Tabor. It just kept tailing. At first I thought it was going to be routine, but it just kept moving away from him. But he booked it and made a heck of a catch. Strike one in there to Cole Bowie. Bowie 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. The bases loaded, nobody out in the third. Totally, look how quickly he's working. Give me the ball and go. Poke to the left side. Fielded on a hop at short. Fire across.
Fast.
He's fast, but he got him. That throw had some zip on it from Carter Thomas, and it's another 1-2-3 inning for Tolley. He's rolling. At the end of 4.5, Bethany leading Elk City 3-0. We continue to play on in the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Back in Norman, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We continue to roll on to the bottom of the fifth. Bethany leading Elk City 3-0 in his 4A state quarterfinal. Winner here, a date with Blanchard, 11 a.m. Central Time tomorrow. If the Broncos can hold on, they got 6 more outs to go. It'll be Tom and I right back here, same spot tomorrow, 11 a.m. in that semifinal. We're not done from Norman, though. Eric Sharon will slide in later this evening for Newcastle and Sallisaw, the nightcap here in Norman. That's a 6:30 approximate first pitch. Semifinal there will be 1:30 tomorrow. If the Racers win, we'll also have that one tomorrow here on OSN. Foul ball to lead off here from the Broncos. 2-3-4. Due up starting with Tolley, who is having a heck of a day on the mound. Hasn't got to go at the plate just yet. He's 0 for 2 with 2 Ks, but you're fine. You'll take that trade-off if you're Coach Robert Lee. Don't worry about getting a hit if you're going to pitch like this.
I'm going to tell you, he'll hit one here in a second. We'll see.
Very well might. Cut on and miss.
Not swinging like that.
Yeah, Bryce Mouse is in a pretty good groove himself right now. After some early traffic, He's really pitching quite well these last couple of innings, trying to keep it going, giving his team a chance. Ball's hitting the right field pretty well. It might stay up, though. No, it's going to get down. You called it. Base knock into right field. So there you go. Totally continues his huge day as he's now got a base hit, his first of the afternoon.
Looked like my golf drive just kind of died. Didn't quite make the distance, but got in the right spot.
So it drops in there for a leadoff single for Charlie Tolley. Brings up Carter Thomas. Carter Thomas having a great day. He's got a triple and a walk so far, and he's played a really good shortstop for the Broncos defensively. Broncos looking out of their lead. First pitch outside. Well, no, you already feel pretty good about where you're at. Leading 3-0 here with 6 outs to go with the way Tolley's throwing. So if you could go tack on one or two more, you're going to be feeling very good about things. 1-0 from Mouse. On the outside, low and outside corner, 1-1. That was pinked.
That's a good frame. It was right there.
One the count. Just past 3 o'clock here in Norman. Pitch is outside. 2-1. Beautiful weather, beautiful day for baseball. Big crowd. State tournament quarterfinal Thursday. Games going on all across the state. Really fun day, fun week of state tournament baseball. That one high.
Yeah, he's got him a hitter's count.
Yeah, a good place to be in right now if you're Carter Thomas. Swinging a good bat right now. 3-1 count and a man on. He doesn't want to walk you. So got to be feeling like you're going to get something to hit right now. 3-1. Swung over the top of it. Looked like he was looking for heat, and he got something off speed. Kind of dove down.
Good pitch choice.
Yeah, that was well executed by Mouse. Full count, man on first. Big spot here for Mouse. Big out at the plate in Thomas. Walked him. That one down and away. Thomas not chasing.
That's twice. He's walked twice.
He's been on base all 3 times, says Thomas. And you've now got first and second, nobody out here in the 5th. So Bethany threatening to do damage.
Timeout, Elk City.
And we're going to have a timeout here in a meeting on the mound. It's going to be Joseph Berry coming up. Whenever we return to action, we'll see if they're going to stick with Mouse here. Who, like we said, pitching pretty darn well after, not a terrible start. His defense didn't really help him. Got unlucky with that ball. The Thomas triple was hit out into deep right field and just kind of got lost in the sun.
It's off the radar.
Yeah, I mean, that goes in as a hit. It's not an error, but obviously it's, kind of an unforced thing.
That ball. He skied it.
So they're sticking with Mouse. Just a chance to let him catch his breath, calm him down, maybe kind of talk about how they want to attack Joseph Berry. So far today, I'm kind of joking about it. Berry's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts, but I feel like it's been more about Mouse than Berry, because against Berry, Mouse has busted off some of his best pitches. So we'll see if he makes a mistake this time, as Berry will step in trying to atone for his sins with those 2 Ks. Broncos leading by 3 in this 4A quarterfinal. Game 2 of the day, a quadruple header here in Norman. Chickasha Tuttle will be the 3rd game, and then we'll have the nightcap tonight, Newcastle and Salisaw. Showing bunt is Berry. He'll take ball 1 outside. Mentioned right now on the Oklahoma Sports Network, we have Bishop Kelly and Elgin in action. And then coming up after that one will be Carl Albert and Pryor. So we have 4 quarterfinal games today, 2 in 4A, 2 in 5A on OSN. Showing bunt again. He'll take up high, 2-0. So Mouse falling behind Berry. And another hitter's count for the Broncos with nobody out and 2 guys on base. Scary spot right now for the Elks. Check the runner at second. He'll fire home. Showing bunt. He tried to bunt and missed it. 2-1.
I really thought he was just trying to
show it, pull it back.
Pull it back, but
he took a poke at it. Count 2-1, first and second, nobody out. Firing, Barry shows bunt again, tried to bunt, missed again. Throw back to second. Boy, that was close. A little more on-target throw. He probably had him. It was just a tick high, and that was the difference.
That's hard to do, though. The batter's in the zone, and they don't want to call interference, but.
And they're going to call interference. There you go. You mentioned it. Didn't see the obvious signal, but Barry is ruled out for getting in the way there. That's how that's ruled, right? Batter interference, batter out. That's huge. Trying to get down a bunt. Instead, he's out. Runners don't move up. How do you score that? What do I put down? K?
I put BI.
Okay, yeah, that'll work.
Batter interference is all I know.
They're being on the mound here. Cooper Willis, the batter here for Bethany, number 23. Willis reached on an E6 in the first. That was a big error. That got him a second run in the opening inning and struck out swinging his next time. Bryce Mouse has racked up the strikeouts today. 7 by my count.
I believe so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep.
First and second, one gone for the third baseman, Cooper Willis. Broncos leading by 3 in the bottom of the 5th. Breaking ball down and in, 1-0. That one dropped in. That was a nice breaking ball.
It's got the corner.
Right on the high corner. You get a lot of breaking balls that dive in and catch the top of the zone, and that seemed like what that one kind of did there. That was nice. Could be dangerous because you could hang it trying to do that, but if you execute it, it's real tough to do anything with. 1-1. Steps off, runners going. They got him picked off. He's in a rundown, and he's tagged out. Good job by Mouse, just kind of was sensing it there. And they got Tolley taken off, trying to make something happen. That's a big out.
Seen a lot of that this year.
As there's now 2 gone, and Mouse certainly a great chance now to get out of this. Again, giving his team a chance, holding the deficit at 3. It's been 3-0 since the second inning. 1-1 and a high and away. Elk City faithful wanted the call. Thought it was out.
Wasn't even close. It's on that stripe. It's not a strike. Can't hardly call that. Maybe a curveball might get over there, but it had to be a really good curveball.
Yeah. Two-1 coming from Mouse. Ball's popped into shallow left, backing up on it and actually making the play at shortstop for the third out there is Catch Gino, and that'll end the 5th inning. So Mouse does a good job working out of some danger to keep the deficit at 3, but time running out on the Elks. 6 outs left to work with. After 5, it's Bethany 3, Elk City 0. Watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
College is more than just going to class. College is a journey. It's meeting new people and making new friendships that will last a lifetime. It's learning from professors who care about you and your success. And finding out it can be really fun and rewarding. It's discovering that thing you want to do for the rest of your life. Cameron University is all about helping you grow and succeed. Because your success is our success.
Back in Norman North, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We roll into the 6th. Bethany leading Elk City 3-0 in this 4A state quarterfinal number 2 of the day. Time running out on Elk City, Tom. You got 6 outs left to work with to get 3 runs. Charlie Tolley, the way he's been throwing, it's asking a lot, but still got time. There's no clock in baseball. You got to just kind of find a way to get a guy on base and hopefully get the ball rolling from there if you're the Elks right now. Right part of the order to get a rally going if you're Elk City. 3-4-5, starting with Wyatt McConnell. McConnell's had a hard time, though, with Tolley. 0 for 2, 2 strikeouts, both swinging so far today.
Fans coming alive for Elk City.
Trying to get a rally going. Like I said, right part of the order. First pitch up and in. 1-0.
Just high at the plate.
Tolley been cruising here the last couple of innings. Ball fouled off back behind us, 1-1. Elk City's kind of taking the approach last couple innings, being very aggressive, not really getting deep in counts against Tolley. They've had some decent contact, but not really much to show for in terms of actual base runners. See if they keep up that strategy. 1-1, another cut and a miss, 1-2. Mentioned after McConnell, Colin Church, Bryce Mouse, 3-4-5 here for Elk City in the 6th, trying to get something going. And it would certainly be obviously huge if the Elks could at least get on the board. You don't want to, if you can avoid it, leave all 3 to the 7th. Get a little back maybe, we'll see. 1-2 in the dirt, 2-2. Bounce right in front of us. Here behind the dish at Norman North.
And really, I like this. I thought it was going to be hot, then I wasn't going to like it, but I really like this. It's nice and cool. We got a good.
Yeah, once that shade moved in, not bad.
Best view in the house.
The field is probably roasting out there, but that's not our problem. 2-2. Punch into right field. It'll get down for a base knock just to the left of the foul line down and right, and that's exactly what you need if you're Elk City, base runners. And Wyatt McConnell starts off the 6th with a single. Good piece of hitting there, just kind of fought that off.
Looped it up in there, just over the first base.
So a man on first base for Colin Church. Church today, 0 for 2, had the broken bat fly out in the 2nd, and then he was up with the bases loaded and 2 outs in the 3rd. Hit that chopper towards shortstop that was infielded and flipped to 3rd. So it goes in the books as a fielder's choice, but 0 for 2 on the day. But he's got a man on right now here in the top of the 6th against Tolley. Pitch outside, 1-0. And like you said, the Elk City faithful getting loud right now, trying to, if they can, if it can be done, try to get on Tolley a little bit, maybe make him feel it.
Well, him getting on base brought him back to life a
little
bit.
No doubt. 1-0 pitch, inside, 2-0. Haven't had any hit by pitches today. Almost had one there. Count runs to 2-0. Bethany and Elk City 4A quarterfinal here on OSN. Check the runner, diving back in is McConnell. The other crowd is revved up when they're cheering their guy getting back in on a pickoff. Usually it's opposite. Usually you get a boo on pickoff attempts. 2-0. Oh, boy. High heat swung underneath it. That probably was up out of the zone.
I would think so.
But he got him to chase it. He was looking for a fat pitch to hit on a 2-0 count. Got his heater, but hard to catch up to one up that high. 2-1. Blowing away, 3-1. One more bad one, and Elk City will have the tying run at the dish. 3-1 the count. We'll check the runner again. Diving back in is McConnell. High pressure moment in the state tournament. You can feel it. Every pitch kind of taking on that extra level of weight. 3-1. Got it on the inside corner.
A nice pick.
That was really nice.
They didn't like that, but it sure looked good from this angle.
It was close. I think it was on the corner, though. Count full with nobody out here and a man on first base in the top of the sixth. Elk City trying to mount a rally against Charlie Tolley. 3-2 pitch. On the block, got him looking. That was a thing of beauty. When you look up paint, that's what you should see. Right on the corner.
First they taught us when they're teaching us umpire stuff is it's a strike until it proves otherwise.
So here comes Bryce Mouse now, the opposing pitcher. Obviously a huge out. If Church had gotten on, you're talking about the first 2 men on in the sixth. Instead, it's man on first, 1 out, and a little more breathing room for Tolley here to go after Mouse. Mouse able to lay off 1-0.
Check him. He only got swinging.
I thought he held up.
No comment.
Great too. We don't have as good of an angle behind the dish, but I thought he held up in live action, but they say he went around. So a big first strike there for Tolley on Mouse. Mouse has had some good at bats today, but nothing to show for it. That one he will lay off, 1-1. First time he punched one and kind of blooped out to second base. Second at bat, he hit a sharp grounder right to third that was picked by Cooper Willis and got him thrown across the diamond. 1-1. That one down, 2-1. After Mouse's catch, Gino, who does have a hit today also against Tolley. Two-one count. They'll check the runner, diving back in. Tolley very aware of Wyatt McConnell over at first base. Which you don't mind keeping him honest, but also, when you have a 3-0 lead, it's almost like don't get too distracted, right? You want to get the batter. That's priority 1. 2-1, punch into right field. That could be in the gap, getting over, making the catch. Runner's way off of first base. Throw back behind him, can't quite pick it. He would have had him. He would have been out, but not quite able to pick it at first was Barry. Good catch and right by Tabor. I thought that might get in the gap off the bat. Tabor did a good job getting over, catching it. And a good throw to first, just a little bit wide and kind of short hopped him. And McConnell catches a break because he was way off the base. But Mouse is retired for the second out. So 2 gone for catch Gino. Gino today 1 for 2, a single and a fly out to left. Cuts on and misses. That was an awkward swing there. I thought he was just way out in front of it. 0-1. 4 outs left for Elk City to try and prolong their season. Charlie Tolley, 4 more outs to get to advance Bethany into the state semifinals tomorrow morning, right back here. 0-1, cut on and missed again. Got him to fish after that one.
Yeah, kind of late decision on that, I thought.
Yeah. So 0-2 after the leadoff single by Wyatt McConnell. Tolley has gotten the next 2 down, and he's looking for the third to get his team back to the dish and move his squad within 3 outs of getting this thing done. Got him swinging. Filth. Catch. Gino goes after it. After the leadoff single, strikeout, flyout, strikeout. And Charlie Tolley is through 6. After 5.5, Bethany leading Elk City 3-0. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network. All right, back here in Norman, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We move into the bottom of the 6th. Charlie Tolley working on a gem right now. 6 shutout innings for the Broncos. And you can best believe he'll be back out there trying to finish the job in the top half. Before we get there, Broncos will try and add to their lead here in the bottom of the 6th. Against Bryce Mouse.
Foul back.
6, 7, 8 do up here for the Broncos, starting with Brody McLaren. McLaren 0 for 1, with a walk and a ground out to first today. Give Bryce Mouse a lot of credit. It was fairly shaky earlier, not horrible. Again, we talked about it a couple times. His defense didn't really do him any favors early. Got unlucky with the ball in the sun, but Bethany was hitting the ball hard, had some base runners. Since they scored in the second, since they loaded the bases and scored on that wild pitch, really not a lot going on. Broncos have been stuck at 3 runs since that second inning. So give Mouse credit for at least giving his team a chance, but unfortunately for him and the Elks, Charlie Tolley has been excellent on the other side and has been able to blank Elk City through 6. 1-2 pitch, high and away, 2-2.
Yeah, that's a proverbial Easter egg hunt they've got going up top.
Yeah. Two and 2. Ground ball to third base, and it's off the glove. It'll kick into left field.
He's going for 2.
And he's going to round second, and he's going to get into second base. Is Brody McLaren on the E5. That's a play that, Colin Church probably tell you he needs to make. A little bit tough going to, your backhand side, but it wasn't hit super hard. Might have got a little unlucky with a late kind of skip off that turf. But a big mistake there as it allows him to get all the way around into second base here to lead off the bottom of the 6th. Here's Tabor. Tabor today 0 for 2, a pair of strikeouts, 1 swinging, 1 looking against Bryce Mouse. That one outside. 1-0.
I think he was going to bunt that. That didn't look like a fake. That looked like he was going to try to bunt.
He will bunt here, right back to Mouse on the mat. He's going to go quick. He does get him. That ball just didn't have a lot of roll to it. Mouse kind of waited back on it. So it's a bunt for Tabor. It does move McLaren up to third with 1 gone. So Bethany playing to try and get 1 more run here to push it up to 4. Here's Leighton Reither. Having a good day at the plate. 1 for 2, a single and a line out to second in his 2 ABs against Bryce Mouse. Breaking ball misses in, 1-0. Obviously 3-0 lead, already pretty comfortable with the way Tolley's pitching, but 4-0 would be even better if you're the Broncos.
Yes,
Can't be big enough. On the way. He's showing bunt now. Takes low for a ball, 2-0.
That wasn't a squeeze play, though. So
yeah, he wasn't taken off. Could be one of those kind of, watch him get it down and then take off, make the defense make a play sort of a thing. Two-0 pitch coming. Runner did take a couple steps. Third baseman came barreling in, but no bunt that time. 2-1. If you're looking ahead to the 7th for Elk City, it'll be the bottom of the order due up. 7, 8, 9, trying to get a rally going to keep the season going for the Elks. 2-1 pitch on the way. Breaking ball, line into right field. That's going to score a run either way. It's a base knock. Just a matter if it was going to be a sac fly or a single, and it's a single. Second hit of the day for Leighton Reither. It's an RBI that plates McLaren, and that error comes back to haunt Elk City as the Broncos extend their lead to 4-0. So again, Tom, kind of we were talking about early on, Mouse's defense kind of hurt him, and it did again here as the error immediately comes back to hurt him, and that's going to be it for Bryce Mouse, who pitched a pretty good game. I mean, all things considered, better than probably the 4 on the scoreboard would indicate. So Mouse is done. He'll step aside. We'll tell you about the new pitcher whenever we get back. Bethany leading 4-0 in the bottom of the 6th. You're watching the 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
If you've lived in Oklahoma long enough, you'll know that we get extreme weather. With that extreme weather comes hail damage to your roof and an insurance claim. When that happens, there's not a better company to deal with on your insurance claim than Cantrell Roofing and Construction. Since 1987, Cantrell Roofing and Construction has proven to be the best in the business, and always remember, got hail? Call Cantrell. Call them at 405-642-8558.
Back here in Norman, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter. One out in the bottom of the 6th. Bethany leading Elk City 4-0 in this 4A state quarterfinal. New pitcher on the mound for Elk City, big lefty Cameron Carlisle, number 6. Carlisle was the designated fielder, if you will. He was playing the outfield but not hitting because Mouse was hitting for himself. Mouse does replace him. Mouse is out there now in left field. And so Carlisle, the lefty, comes in and will be on the mound. Kind of just watching him, a very kind of sidearmy lefty, almost a Chris Sale looking sort of delivery. Makes sense going against the lefty batter, Brock Cross here, the 9-hole hitter. Cross briefly shows bunt, takes a strike. Tough matchup here for Cross, that lefty-lefty. Cross today, a sacrifice bunt and a ground out to second base. We'll take outside 1-1. Broncos a 4-run lead. We'll be trying to finish it off in the top half and get on to the semifinals tomorrow in a date with Blanchard. First pitch of that game will be 11 a.m. back here in Norman. Popped up the bunt. It'll get back and hit the net. Out of play. 1-2. One-two pitch on the way. Sidearm slings it outside. 2-2. But lefty-lefty with that slider has got to be the most uncomfortable. There's no way you're getting a good beat on that. Really tough pitch to hit. Lefty-lefty. 2-2. Popped up left field.
He's going to get that.
It's like it's into foul ground, but Mouse had a beat on it, makes the play. It did get into foul territory, but Mouse was on it all the way. And Cross retired, 2 gone. So we'll go back to the top of the lineup with Judson Gilliland. Gilliland 2 for 3 today, a pair of singles, flew out to left field. Broncos leading by 4. Charlie Tolley waiting on deck. He'll be on the mound in the 7th, trying to put the finishing touches on a complete game shutout to send his team to the semis. That one on the outside edge, 0-1. Nice pitch there. Oh-1. Slider down and in. Makes it 1-1.
Yeah, and the lefty's always good to keep that runner held up at first base. it's much easier for them to get it over there.
Ball's golfed out in the left center, but getting back on it and making the play out in deep center field for the final out. That ball was, I don't know how he scooped that thing off the turf like that, but good job racing back on it and making the play out there in center for the final out. But the Broncos do add to their lead, and we're going to the 7th. Charlie Tolley on the mound trying to finish off a complete game shutout and send the Broncos to the semis. After 6, Broncos 4, Elks 0, 4A state quarterfinals on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
When it comes to your home, you need someone that you can trust to keep it safe and protected for you and your family.
Vesta Foundation Solutions is your local, family-owned company that has helped many homeowners fix and protect their homes.
Our engineered solutions can take care of all of your foundation repair, basement waterproofing, concrete leveling, and dirt crawl space repair needs.
We take pride in getting the job done right, and you'll always be protected with up to a 75-year warranty.
Contact us today for a free estimate.
All right, back in Norman, Josh Calloway, Tom Carpenter on the Oklahoma Sports Network. We head to the 7th. Bethany leading it 4-0 over Elk City. Charlie Tolley back on the mound for the Broncos, looking to cap off a complete game shutout and send the Broncos to the state semis tomorrow and a date with the Blanchard Lions. Tom, obviously he's pitched a gem so far. Got to get 3 more outs, though, to finish this thing off. We'll see what he can do, but he's been excellent today, obviously, so far, and got 3 more outs to get.
Yeah, he's been a working machine, and well, obviously with nothing on the board, somebody's working behind him too.
Due up for the Elks, bottom of the order, 7, 8, 9, Crew Keys, Carson Copeland, Wyatt, Talia, Farrow. Now the bottom of the order has been good, 3 for 6 today so far. These 3 guys, they all have 1 hit apiece.
Each has a single.
So. It's obviously was against Tolley. Tolley's pitched the whole game, so, a little bit of confidence going up there. Got to find ways to get guys on. You're not going to get all 4 in one swing, those cliches. Pass the baton and, find a way to get guys on base and at least make Tolley kind of have to sweat this out a little bit. That's got to be the goal right now if you're Elk City. So here we go, top of the 7th. Broncos 3 outs away from their 29th win and a spot in the semis tomorrow morning. Crew Keys leads it off. First pitch in there for a strike. What a way to start the 7th. Nasty breaking ball. Mentioned Crew Keys 1 for 2. Struck out his first time, singled his second time. Ground ball right to third. Tough hop, and Cooper Willis scoops it. Throw across, got him. That was not an easy pick at third base, and Willis made it look easy. The left side of Bethany's infield has been excellent. Carter Thomas, the shortstop, and Cooper Willis, the third baseman, have made every play. Been a big difference in this game. So the first man retired, 1 gone, brings up Carson Copeland. Copeland singled his first time, ground out to third in his second look at Tolley. First pitch down low for a ball, 1-0. Tolley looking in. He's been working with a purpose all day. Got in the chase. 1-1. That ball rolled right out here in front of us.
Yes, it did.
We haven't had a true, real scare. That's bound. Maybe because I said that it'll happen in this inning. The weekend is young here in Norman. Strike is in there, 1-2. Tolley just painting the edges. Count 1-2 on Carson Copeland. breaking ball. Got out in front of it, chopped to third. Short pick by Willis. Throw to first. He's
play.
showing off now.
What a play.
Are you kidding me? It's amazing when you have confidence what it'll do for you. When you're having a great day like he is in the field, to even go for that is gutsy. The short hop and then another great throw. Just a vacuum glove today, and there's 2 gone.
Yeah, and it's tough for Elk City because you're the kid up at the bat and you think, well, if I get out,
yeah,
we're going to the lake.
Yeah. So here's Wyatt Taliaferro, the last line of defense for the Elks. 1 for 2, a single and a ground out to short. Totally 1 out away from a complete game shutout. Way late on that fastball, 0-1. Stick with us after the game. Tom and I will wrap it up here from Norman, and we'll peek ahead to tomorrow, if assuming the Broncos can finish it off. 0-1. Breaking ball way out in front of it, 0-2. He's got him dancing. He was way late on the heater and then way ahead of that breaking ball, and totally is a strike away from a complete game shutout.
He's had a great game.
Bethany crowd can taste it. 0-2 on the way from Charlie Tolley to the 9-hole Wyatt Taliaferro.
They'll be throwing the deuce in the dirt.
Just got a piece to stay alive. That had a wicked movement. Tolley almost a little bit of a grin of how do you get a piece of that? He really snapped that off well. Good job by Taliaferro just to get bat on it. They'll try again. 0-2 coming from Tolley. Low and away. Good take, 1 and 2.
Great 0-2 pitch.
Taliaferro making him work for it. Should he reach, the lineup would flip over to the top fielder with Jackson MacArthur. One-two pitch with 2 outs. Low and away again. Went for the heater that time, but kind of yanked it. The count goes to 2-2. Taliaferro battling back here. Trying to keep his team alive, flip the lineup over. Try again, 2-2, 2 out. Got him swinging.
Ball game.
Gas up high, nothing he could do with it. And Tolley, complete game shutout, an absolute gem. And he sends the Broncos to the semifinals and a date with the Blanchard Lions tomorrow. Right back here at Norman North. Well, obviously, Tom, the story was Tolley. I mean, he was tremendous, and it's hard not to go back that third inning. That third inning was everything. We talked about the time. This could be we said it. This could be the game right here, and it kind of was. That was Elk City's, obviously, their best chance, and really their only chance of the day to get some runs on the board. They had the bases loaded with nobody out. They get nothing out of it. And they never really threatened to score the rest of the day. It felt like after that, Tolley was just feeling free and easy, and that was all she wrote from there.
It took all the pressure off of him, and he could do nothing but he was throwing pretty good strikes.
No doubt.
Before then, but I think he
took the wind out of Elk City sails a little bit, too. So a dominant showing from Tolley, a complete game shutout, easily got to be the player of the game. Some good games at the plate for some of these Broncos. Here, Judson Gilliland, who obviously had a couple of hits. Carter Thomas, who didn't record an out today, had a triple and 2 walks. After a triple in the first inning. But if you're going for a player of the game, anything like that, I think it's got to be the guy on the mound.
Right.
Charlie Tolley goes complete game shutout to send the Broncos into the semifinal. Doing some quick math here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 strikeouts, I believe, for Tolley. He was phenomenal. And the Broncos will move on to tomorrow. They'll take on the Blanchard Lions, 11 a.m. back here in Norman. I think that'll be me and you on the call tomorrow, Tom.
I think so.
Obviously, we just saw a little bit of Blanchard earlier. They're a phenomenal team. They pretty much cruised over North Rock Creek. That should be a great game tomorrow. I'm excited to be back here with you tomorrow morning. That should be a fun one.
It'll be fun.
No doubt about it. So we'll be back tomorrow for that one, but we're not done for Norman today. Coming up later, Eric Sharon will step in for the call tonight. Newcastle and Sallisaw. That's approximately a 6:30 first pitch here in Norman. Still got baseball up in Tulsa as well. Right now, as we speak, we have Elgin doing battle with Bishop Kelly. Carl Albert's going to take on Pryor in a little bit as well. That's on OSN. So a lot more baseball to come on the Oklahoma Sports Network. But that's it for this one. Bethany wins it 4-0 over Elk City. The Broncos will take on the Blanchard 11 a.m. tomorrow morning back here in Norman. I'll be back for that one alongside with Tom. Newcastle and Sallisaw tonight at 6:30 right here on OSN. We appreciate everyone being tuned in on a Thursday afternoon. More baseball to come on OSN later on today. Signing off for now from Norman. For Tom Carpenter, I'm Josh Calloway. Thank you so much for watching this presentation of State Tournament Baseball on the Oklahoma Sports Network.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the Oklahoma Sports Network.